Missing someone. Missing someone. Missing someone. Love with all your heart. Missing someone. Love with heart. How much you miss her. And you miss her. And you miss her. And you miss her. And you did it right from the start. And you did it right from the start. Missing someone is as normal. Missing someone.
So the reason I cut this banana down is because I'm pretty sure it had banana bunchy top disease. Once the banana plant is infected with it, it really doesn't produce fruit, and if it does, it's like really small, or usually they just don't grow at all. But if they're almost in their fruiting stage, they will set a rack and it'll be like really small and probably inedible. They're not really that big. This disease hasn't affected the whole Big Island yet, but where we are, it's pretty bad. This is the 7th banana plant that I've had to cut down because of it. And this one was really weird because this was a keiki. The mother plant didn't have it, and there was another keiki there that didn't have it. And when I checked in this one, it had tons of aphids, and that's how the virus is spread, through the aphids. So what I did to kill the aphids is I sprayed this plant and the other ones that are surrounding it with a solution of soap and water, and it's diluted. I use Dr. Bronner's soap. I think you mix like a tablespoon to a gallon of water, but I'm not sure. If you want to check, go ahead. I think it's on the bottle. You could do that. What they recommend doing for this is to kill the banana with Roundup, and you don't even have to dig it out. But I'm not going to use Roundup on my food forest. It's poison. My neighbor, though, she'll take these, and there's a place that they feed these to the pigs and they eat them. There were 2 banana plants that I planted over there at the same time, and they're both tall apple variety. One you could see has grown way better, and there's actually 2 racks on it, which is crazy to get like 2 your first time producing fruit. One came out maybe a month or 2 ago, and then the other one I just saw today. But there's tons of keikis around it. I think that's because of where I planted it. It's almost on like this mound of mulch, so the roots had a lot more room to grow. I gave them both the same treatment, but the other one had a better spot to begin with, so it did way better. The one that was planted where there wasn't much soil and it was rocky, that one didn't have as many keikis, and it also got one with bunchy top. So there's really no proof of this, that if a plant's really healthy it won't get the virus, but that's what I'm hoping for. If I keep my plants really healthy, then they won't get it. Also, when they do get this disease, you're supposed to take the whole clump out. And I didn't do that on this one, and I'm really hoping that somehow it fights it off. The other ones didn't have the aphids on them. So out of some miracle, maybe that the rest of the plant won't get it. And I'm really hoping for that. I do know this guy that has tons of bananas, and they're still producing a lot of fruit and stuff, but he took the tissue samples to get them tested, and it turned out that a couple of them actually had bunchy top, and they were still producing fruit, which is really weird. But his theory is that the bananas are starting to fight off the virus. If they're really healthy, maybe they can fight it off. And I know another place that has tons of bananas, and there's a lot of them in the patch with bunchy top, and then there's a lot that don't have it, that are producing big racks of fruit. And it's really strange that some banana plants are getting it and some aren't. So maybe the plants are learning to fight this off. Who knows? I'm really hoping for it, because it really sucks to get this and then have to take out your plants. The thing I'm doing here is spreading the bananas far apart and across the whole property, and just trying to plant a lot of them so that if some do get it, then I'll still have backups and more banana plants. I'm particularly trying to spread the Namwa variety because it seems to not get the bunchy top virus here. That's what I've heard from a lot of people. Not sure if you guys recognize these, but these are the papayas that were nearly dead before we put that manure from our compost toilet on them. And they've really come back to life. It's unbelievable. They've grown and turned green, and this is only a matter of like 2 or 3 weeks. There's tons of tomatoes around it from, I guess it was in the poop, so they just all sprouted up. It's crazy to see how many there were. If you haven't seen that video, you could check it out. I'll put a link in the description for it.
Missing someone